No, no, no! I don't wanna! Dipper could only stare at the carpet, stained and patterned with beer spills and feet marks. He screamed as loud as he could, the searing pain from his arms against his ribs, enough to keep his protests endless. The blonde-haired teenager with the scruffy beard and lazy eye, who seemed to tower over the squirming little 10-year-old, carried the kid along down the musty hallway as if it were just another ordinary day. It wasn't a tremendous feat. Dipper was light and thin and easy to carry like a good quality suitcase. Dipper was tucked under his arm, unable to do much but squirm and yell for freedom he wasn't allowed to gain, and watch as a rug underneath turned into sleek wooden flooring. Don't wanna go! I don't wanna go! Dipper kicked his legs, screeching at the top of his lungs as he was carried down the stairs. The teenager wasn't a friend, only a foster brother. The biological kid who was evidently bitter about sharing a household with other children. The teenager had already explained his plans, that Dipper was a scapegoat, and they were gonna do something fun. But Dipper had to remain quiet. Maybe his face would remain unscathed from any blows if he kept his mouth shut. Dipper didn't believe it for a second. Mabel! I want Mabel! Say something else for once, instead of complaining all the damn time. The teenager huffed. You're doing me a favor. You like doing me favors, right? Dipper never knew how to answer that. Either way, he got punished. He found the smartest option was to stay silent. And that's what he did. Dipper was yet to even learn the teen's name. He'd eventually gone to call him Liam, simply because he looked like a Liam. That was between him and Mabel and no one else, because the boy twin couldn't imagine what would happen if he dared call the teenager that aloud. Dipper latched onto the wall as they turned a corner, and he furiously dug his fingers against the door jamb. He still dangled from the teenager's grip, and his arms burned from the contorted positions, but he didn't want to go. He didn't want to leave Mabel alone. No! Hurry up, goddammit! The teen yanked hard, his hold too strong for Dipper's to slip out. Instead, there was a loud, unnerving pop, and a fiery pain spread through the boy's upper body. Dipper yelped, his now numb arm slipping away, and the two continued down the hallway. Dipper was helpless. I'm taking the boy runt, Dad, Liam called, opening the massive front door, and managing to both balance Dipper in his hold and unlock all three of the locks. Dipper watched with quiet longing. No matter how much he had tried, he could never get that dumb door open. Liam opened it with ease, being a tall and strong teenager that could easily bend Dipper to his will. The boy twin couldn't argue, only wincing and mewling in pain as they passed through the doorway and into the front yard. They approached a gray sleek car with its engine still running. The window of the passenger side rolled down, and a black-haired teenage boy poked his head out, a lit cigarette between his fingers and sunglasses hiding his eyes. He moved his head to Dipper with evident scorn, before turning to Liam. There's only 5 seats, man. How are you planning on working this? He can sit on the floor, someone called from the back, and there was an eruption of laughter. Nah, the kid's small. Liam shifted Dipper, the boy still dangling from his arm, every movement setting off a shock of pain. This is Dipper. He's my new foster brother. The black-haired teen smirked. Another foster kid? So when you being replaced? Shut the fuck up, Liam snapped. It's not like that. He tilted Dipper's face towards the teenager against the window. Dipper whimpered softly, catching his reflection in the guy's glasses, before seeing sharp eyes beneath. We got him a few days ago. He'll make a good scapegoat. The teen took a drag from his cigarette and blew the smoke into Dipper's face. The boy twin coughed, choking on the acrid smoke and struggling to get away. Liam's grip was still tight. So what's your plan? Because I'm not stuffing him in the back, the teen remarked. Nah, I've got a better idea. Liam shifted Dipper, and the boy was moved away from the window, the remnants of the smoke clearing. Jake, pop the trunk! What? No, wait! Dipper cried, only to get punched across the face. The fist connected hard with the bridge of his nose, and he whined as Liam carried him towards the back of the car. What the fuck? Someone yelled from the back, and there was another eruption of laughter. The trunk hatch was thrown up, and Dipper attempted to take the opportunity to try to get away. He didn't get much wiggle room before he was grabbed from the shirt and lifted up into the air. He fought despite his throbbing shoulder, terrified screams filling the air and scaring him until he realized that they were coming from himself. He was shoved into the trunk forcefully with hardly any effort. No, stop! He wailed, his small voice drowned out as a hatch slammed shut. The sound resonated through the small space, and Dipper clapped his working hand over his ear. He was in nothing but pitch-black darkness. The car began to pull out of the driveway. Dipper pushed against the hatch, using his legs to kick, trying to make his injured arm function. He screamed until his voice gave out, the darkness around him closing in until he'd exerted so much energy that he couldn't move.